الورد مروجا 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 أورق الغيم مروجا مروجا والتقى الورد مروجا.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Zahira Bam Ismail. We spoke about self-care. We spoke about looking after people around us, but briefly touched on the self-care, and this is what I want to talk about today. Many people have this thing of, I need to make you feel guilty about taking a time out for yourself. And self-care is not, I need to go away for 2 weeks. Self-care is in those little moments in every single day where you take a time out to be able to breathe a little easier by yourself. Whether it's having a cup of coffee, whether it's spending time with people you love, whether it's spending time doing things that you love. Don't wait for the when this happens, I'll get to do that. Do it now, because you've got absolutely no guarantee of anything else or any other time in your life besides right now. Don't watch everybody living their lives while you're waiting on pause for the day you get to do yours. You've got one chance at this. So you got to do it now. Self-care is not something that's selfish. It's something that is so needed. In a day and an age where we inundated with information, inundated with things on social media, it's very hard to be able to separate it. And there isn't really a switch off button. There isn't a time where we get to say, oh, now I'm going to be doing all of this, and then I get to go home and I switch off and I have this. You have to be able to do that for yourself. You have to be able to switch off your phone, put it aside, and not allow it to come into those spaces when you know you need those moments. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody else is going to. Don't for a moment think, I'm doing all of this and somebody else will come and do it for me. You are responsible for yourself. You have to take the time out for yourself. You owe it to yourself to be the best version of yourself. But you cannot be that if you're pouring from an empty cup. And if you're just constantly giving and giving and giving and doing for other people or running this rat race and chasing, you're never going to be able to take that time out to have that moment for yourself. You're never going to be able to take that time out to be able to even identify or see what self-care is before it gets too late. We always wait until things go wrong or things get too late before we want to try and fix it and pick up the pieces. We spoke earlier about forming those anchors early on, forming those habits early on, forming things that we can be able to rely on and link back to. But if you're not doing that for yourself and you're not doing it for people around you, then what benefit are you to yourself? You have to take care of yourself. You owe it to yourself to be able to say, I need this moment. I need this time out. I need this breather. Take a little longer at your salah. Take a little longer on the musalla. Take a little longer when you're praying. Have those moments that give you a sense of peace. Find your safe spaces. If you can't be in that safe space, try and visualize being in that safe space. But take a moment to be able to say, this is where I'm okay. And every now and again, if I need to check out to be able to be there so that I can fill my cup, so that I can give to people around me, then do that. We don't belong to a community or a religion that talks about being selfish. We don't do things for ourselves and say, this is only about me and me and me only at the expense of everyone else. And COVID did that to us, where COVID said, do only for you because you live once and forget everyone else. Our religion tells us that we have an obligation to do for people around us, whether it's in our own homes, whether it's to our families, whether it's to our communities, whether it's for the ummah at large. But you cannot do that if you haven't taken care of yourself. So you have an obligation to put yourself into that program of taking care of yourself, so that the more your cup is filled, the more you are able to give to others. But if your cup is running on empty, those that are closest to you are going to get the worst end of you. And that's really not fair. So take the time to look after yourself. Take the time you need to be able to fill your cup. Surround yourself with people who fill your soul. Surround yourself with people that you can grow from. You are literally a sum of everything you see, you read, or you listen to. So be mindful of every single moment that you spend around you. If you don't like something, don't put yourself in that situation, because that's where you will end up. If you don't want to become something that you're listening to or you're watching, then find different interests. An easy thing is go to your Instagram page, go to your For You page and see what comes up. Usually things that you're interested in. If that's not how you want to be defined, change your searches. You can use social media to your benefit. You can use it for good. You can listen to the right things. There's ample available to us. You just have to start making the right choices so that self-care works on being self-love. And we can start filling our own cups in the way we love ourselves so that we are of benefit to every single person around us. Take that time for yourself. You owe it to yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الورد مروجا 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 أورق الغيم مروجا مروجا